10 years after I left home, I pulled up in a Maybach worth millions. Back to that rundown village I grew up in, I had imagined this moment 1,000 different ways. Dad would be floored. He would regret every time he called me a lost cause. Or maybe he would just break down crying next to my car, but the one thing I never saw coming was him treating me like some shady insurance salesman that day. The sun was brutal enough to melt the asphalt. I was wearing a perfectly tailored custom suit with handmade leather shoes on my feet, standing in front of the old rusted iron gate of my childhood home before I even got inside. I caught sight of my dad, and how much he had aged stopped me cold. His back was hunched like a drawn bow, wearing that faded, washed-out blue work shirt, fanning himself with a beat-up palm fan when all of a sudden he waved at thin air, his face creasing into a grin. "Hey Mo, slow down. Buckle up your backpack, right? I just froze." In his eyes, it was like he could see some kid in a blue and white school uniform, with a steamed bun hanging out of his mouth bolting out the door that was me 10 years ago. That was my dad the last day before I ran away. I pushed down the ache and spoke up, my voice low and steady, carrying the kind of presence that comes with being at the top. I wanted him to see that the son he once jabbed his finger at and called a worthless piece of trash was now Marcus Chen, worth over 100 million. My dad slowly turned his head, pulling his gaze away from that ghost version of me, letting it land on the gleaming Maybach and my whole getup. His eyes held no excitement, not even any anger, just that instinctive unease and smallness people feel around someone with money. He nervously rubbed his hands together, tucked the old fan behind his back, and put on that stiff, almost desperate smile. "Sir, who are you here to see? We did not sign up for any newspaper, and we are not buying any insurance, right?" Then I felt my nails dig into my palm. Everything I had rehearsed about the company going public, the 7-figure salary, the riverfront penthouse, all of it got stuck like a fishbone. Could not spit it out, could not swallow it down. Just 48 hours ago, I was up on the 58th floor of a downtown high-rise, signing off on a contract worth hundreds of millions with ice in my veins. In that negotiation, I was a stone-cold predator. The guy on the other side was sweating through his shirt, saying if the price dropped any lower, he would go bankrupt. I just nudged my gold-rimmed glasses up, tossed a research report across the table. "Mr. Wang, if your cash flow collapses before next Friday, it will not just be the property that goes under your son's tuition, trust fund goes with it. Sign it, at least you walk away with your dignity." The second the contract was signed, my team swarmed around me. Boss that was ruthless, that was a masterclass. I pushed through the crowd and stepped into the private elevator alone. Staring at that solitary reflection in the mirror, I felt hollow. These 10 years I'd been living like a precision money-making machine, no social life. No relationships, not even any real friends. I had ground myself into the sharpest blade I could be, also that one day I could come back to this rundown yard and make that stubborn old man bow his head and say, "Son, I am proud of you." Back at my 3,000 square foot riverfront place, I poured myself a whiskey. The apartment was dead quiet, like a morgue. I was muttering to myself by the floor-to-ceiling windows, when my phone suddenly rang. It was a number from back home. Old man Lou from next door calling, "Hey Mo, I know it is not really my place, but your dad has seemed a little off lately." Old man Lou kept his voice low. "He sat out at the village entrance all night 2 days ago, saying you went to grab some soy sauce and would be right back. The man is missing you so bad it is messing with his head." I let out a cold laugh. Him miss me, right? He was the one who told me if I dared walk out that door, I should never come back these 10 years since you left. Your dad has kept your room locked tight, going in himself to wipe down the desk.